What's up YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be giving you my English Premier League Game Week 1 predictions. So let's get started. But before you do, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thank you. So the first game of the game week is Manchester United versus Fulham. Their recent history has United winning 4 games and Fulham winning 1, but that one game is the most recent game they had at Old Trafford in the league, and it was 2-1. But this is the first game of the week of the year, so I feel like United will come with a little more heat since it is at home. They do have a striker in Xerxes, which I thought he was injured previously, but I guess not. He's starting with the team. The problem they do have is center backs. They have Maguire, who has a knock, Evans, who also has a knock, Lindelof, he's been injured, so they sort of have to force De Ligt to start this game with Martinez. So I don't know if they're gonna gel right away. Also, who's gonna be their fullbacks? Dalot's gonna be one, but maybe they'll try to force Mazraoui in as well. Not too sure. I do believe both teams will score, but United will take it in the end. I think it's gonna be 2-1. Next up is Ipswich versus Liverpool. This is the first time these two teams are going to meet, and it's going to be at Ipswich's home. But I have no hopes for Ipswich. If you want, you can check out my Prem prediction video. It'll pop up right here. See what I think about them. But I think Liverpool will win this. Not a surprise there. But I don't think it'll be as dominant as a Liverpool led by Klopp. They'll take some time to get into the mode of a Arne Slot team, so I think it'll only be a 2-0 to Liverpool. Next up is Arsenal versus Wolves, which I expect to be our first massacre of the season. I expect Arsenal to be hot after losing last year's league and the year before that. They still have their same squad. They still have people who can score. Saka, maybe Havertz has a better season and scores more. Odegaard can get one, and they had an upgrade with Calafiori in their left back spot. So they're an incredible team. Wolves, on the other hand, have just lost 2 major players. And Neto, their goal threat isn't there no more, so it's up to like Cunha and Hwang Hee-chan to score the goals. I don't think they will. I'm expecting a 3-0 to Arsenal. Next up is Brighton versus Everton at Goodison Park. The last 2 times these two teams faced, it ended in a 1-1 draw, which I wanted to go with again, but I can see Brighton making a last-minute goal. Everton are going into the game missing Branthwaite with an injury. He's out till like mid-September. And Brighton also have a lot of attacking power. They have the likes of Mitoma, Adingra, Minta, the new signing, which I expect to see. They also have Evan Ferguson and Welbeck, who, can always get you a goal. Next up is Newcastle versus Southampton at St. James's Park. This is going to be another massacre in my opinion. I feel like Newcastle just have too much power for the likes of Southampton. Isak especially, I expect them to get, I think, a brace in this game. Start off hot. The only thing that I am worried about, and I didn't notice at the start of the year, I guess, of the season, is that Botman is out till January. That's a big miss for them. So we're going to be seeing Lloyd Kelly get his debut. So I think not much to worry about there. Still have a solid backup. I'm predicting a 3-0 to Newcastle. Next up is Forest versus Bournemouth. Forest looks like they'll be at full power. No one's injured. they'll have the likes of Elwani, Gibbs, Murillo, all starting, or Murillo, however you want to call him. But Bournemouth have some injuries. They have Enes Unal, who's out, Tyler Adams, who's been out for like 2 years or something like that, and then there's also some knocks, Senesi and Neto, but I think they'll be available for the game. I think it'll be pretty close, and that's why I predicted it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Next up is West Ham versus Villa. Both teams are looking to do great things. Aston after having a top 4 finish last season, and West Ham after getting all those players in the transfer market. I feel like this is going to be a very close game, back and forth. Probably, in my opinion, it's going to be the best game of the week. But it's going to end in a lackluster way, and that's because it's going to be a 2-2 draw, in my opinion. And with a little prediction of both strikers to score of Fulkrug, I hope it's Fulkrug, and Watkins. Next up is Brentford versus Crystal Palace. The game will be played at Brentford's home, so I'm thinking the game is going to be a little bit more close than one would think. Crystal Palace is going to be playing their attacking-based football, with Brentford hitting them with the counterattacks, but I don't think they'll prevail using that. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, like it's been 6 out of their last 8 games. Next up is Chelsea versus City, which is the biggest game in terms of names. The game will be played at Stamford Bridge, and as a City fan, I am dreading this game since I don't really like playing Chelsea. I feel like ever since that year we lost the Champions League final, we sort of don't know how to play against them. They always like have our number or something. And I'm predicting something similar to happen this game, where Chelsea gets an early goal, say by someone that barely scores, like Jackson getting an early goal, but then City building up play and then finally pushing through and getting their 2 goals. But I don't think it's going to be Haaland. I feel like it's going to be our clutch players like De Bruyne, Bernardo, maybe Ake if he gets subbed in. So yeah, I think City wins 2-1. And the last game of the game week, we have Leicester versus Spurs, the newly crowned champions of the championship. Is that enough? I don't think so. I think Spurs is just too much. What Leicester have going on their side, I guess, is the ambience of the fans and their first home game back in the Prem. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I see Spurs walking away with this. I can see Solanke getting his debut goal. Maybe Son getting one as well. But I don't think Leicester will be empty-handed. I feel like they'll get 1 goal, but it would be almost like a pity goal, like just towards the end, where Spurs sort of give up and their high line sort of bites them. So yeah, 3-1 for me. And that's my predictions for game week 1. I'll hopefully be doing this every game week, so make sure you subscribe, leave a comment on what you guys think about it, and yeah, thank you for watching.